Right. Thank you, everyone, for coming on the call. Right. It's the first of our weekly mentoring calls. We know our scheduled calls to accommodate all callers of planet Earth. A Monday morning, 11 o'clock, 7 o'clock in Japan, 8 o'clock in sunny Australia. Tuesday evening, 8 o'clock PM for the UK. No good for the likes of Alex and Jenny and Victoria because they're in between the sheets. And we also have Friday at midday UK. We do it an hour later because Colin has people who are rushing home from work. So the Friday one is midday UK. It's 8 o'clock Japan and it is 9 o'clock Australia. There's no excuse for people in your team who want to take that fast route to financial freedom. It wouldn't be any good, Alison, trying to get out of it by saying, well, I can't make Mondays wrong, Mum, because I've got golf. And Tuesday evening, we always go out for a few beers and a meal. And I can't make it on Friday because I've got my ladies' bridge club, because Alison knows what I'm going to say. You give us a time, Alison, that fits in with your personal diary. And subject to our availability, we will fit you in. Is that called going the extra mile? Yes, I think it is going the extra mile. Instead of how we usually start by asking 3 or 4 people to give their CFX journeys, Colin is not going to play all of them. He's just going to play 2 or 3 of the ones that you might have seen on Joanna Martirana's call. And I think all people's testimonials are powerful, but I think these are particularly powerful. I'm going to hand over to our technical guru, Colin, and he's going to spin them off.
Okay.
No pressure, Colin. No pressure.
So we're starting with,
in case I never said it,
the 90-second run.
Oh, yes, the 90-second.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, Colin. 90-second one first.
Just 1 second. Okay.
Time of unprecedented worry and anxiety, driven by a single virus, baffling the brightest minds in science.
The sound
there
okay?
are lessons that we can take from this global pandemic. We are all equal, regardless of our culture, religion, occupation, financial situation, or social status. It is reminding us that we're all connected, and something that affects one person affects another. It is also reminding us just how important family and home are, how providing for those we love is of critical importance, especially in times of crisis, and how difficult or even impossible that can become under certain circumstances. The world we know is going to change. There's no escaping that fact. One thing still in your control: what you do with your time. There's a tiny percentage of people globally that are completely free of debt, not beholden to anyone. And as incredible as that may sound, anyone can accomplish a similar degree of this success. With proper guidance, you can attain the same freedom and the same peace of mind to enjoy family and friends, regardless of what may be happening in the world around you. While real financial security is available to everyone, it doesn't happen on its own, and it's not easy, but it is absolutely possible for you. To learn what steps you can take today, and to make sure that you're numbered amongst those that are financially free, get back to the person that shared this video with you and take action today.
What a great video to set the scene. Thank you for that, Colin. Now Colin's going to hit us with 2 or 3 short testimonials.
Okay, so the Joanna video, Joanna and
That's
Christian.
right,
yeah, okay. Oops, that's not what I want.
I think that's the one.
Hang on. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, so I'll just.
That's perfect.
Move.
Do you want to go? In 2 months, we have. This has been the story of my life. Children,
That was great.
The pandemic and all that kind of.
Okay, let's start.
We've got some really great people on this evening to share their story. Firstly, I'm going to jump to Maggie. Maggie is all the way from Kenya, I believe. So I'm just trying to find you. Yourself. Oh, you have. Fantastic. Right. If you
Hi.
Hi there. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Could you be as kind just to share with the group to tell us a little bit about you and your CFX journey so far?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me on this evening. My name is Maggie Forbes and I'm tuning in all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. My background is in the travel industry, did that for over 20 years. So I saw this amazing project last year. I believe it must have been in November. And basically, I wasn't really looking for anything in particular, but because of the pandemic and all that kind of stuff, obviously the travel industry was one of the industries that was completely massacred by COVID. So I was very open to looking at whatever there was out there. And when I saw CFX, it made an absolute sense. So I decided to just start building it passively, bit by bit, being extremely choosy about who I was going to share this with. And I shared it with one of my very best friends. Her name is Emma, and she lives in London. She's Kenyan as well. And with this building passively, it's been a couple of months now, and we have a team of about 50 people. Majority of them live in the UK and in South Africa. Very few of them are in Kenya. And I'm super excited. My two young adult children are in this as well. And basically, we're just learning how to do this and looking for financial freedom. Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maggie. That's brilliant. And next on the list, I've got Mike. Mike, you're with us here this evening. Do you mind unmuting yourself? And if you can tell us a bit about you and your CFX journey, that would be great.
Okay, thanks, Christian. Hi, everybody. I joined this project last October, beginning of October, and I came in at a $300 pack. And to this day, I've not put any more of my own money into it. I've only recruited 9 people into this business, and out of that 9, 2 of them are working it, the rest are virtually passive. I am currently at the 50K pack level. I'm a manager, and tonight I have 709 people in my team. I've never actually ever seen anything like this before. I've been in networking since the early 1980s and been with some really good companies, but this has blown everything away. And the good thing about this is that everybody makes money. And like a normal networking company, you have to sell a product. And if you don't sell a product, you don't recruit, you don't get any money. This is totally different. And as I say, it's just blown me away completely. About 3 years ago, I was badly burnt by a rogue trader who took a lot of my money away, and that money I was building up was to pay for my daughter's wedding. And unfortunately, the poor girl had to end up paying for her own wedding. But what this business is going to do for me is I'm going to be able to, she's already in this business, and it's going to enable me to put money into her account that's going to grow and replace that money that I could have given her for the wedding. And all I say to people is that don't walk away from this, because I did exactly that 3 months after the company launched. I was approached by a friend of mine and I didn't understand what she was showing me. And I just totally dismissed it. And I look back now and think, where the hell would I have been if I'd have taken that leap of faith then and joined this business? But now is the time. And all I can say is just take a leap of faith. You know, $300, which is about £230, £240. What is that? Cost of a good handbag? You know, you've got, just take a leap of faith. That's all I can say. Back to you, Christian.
Thank you very much.
You like your handbags, Mike? You like your handbags?
Good choice. I was going to say pair of shoes, maybe.
Yeah.
Expensive pair of shoes at that. No, that's great. Thanks, Mike. And brilliant story there. Jill, you're unmuted already, so over to you, please. Do tell us a bit about you and your CFX journey.
Very much. Thanks, Joanne and Christian. So I started trading in April the 2nd of this year, so fairly new. And Marion, who's on the call here, is my very good friend. She invited me, and we started trading. Well, we didn't trade, but we bought some cryptos about 3 years ago. that sunk dramatically and fortunately a little while ago did really well. So I was able to come into this business with 7K. I bought straight in, I trusted Marion. And like Mike, I'd done lots of network marketing businesses before. This is my fourth, I think. So I got it straight away. Unlike Marion and her sponsor, Tony, who'd never done any network marketing businesses, I knew exactly what I was looking at, and I could see the difference between how this works and how a conventional one works with having to buy products. So I was sold right away. The other thing about this is that, you know, it is a personal recommendation business, and with everything that's gone on, it's been a wonderful journey to be able to pick and choose, like Joanna, who I share this business with, because I want people in my team who I resonate with. And this has been a very trying time, hasn't it? And as a former nurse and as now a healthcare in the health and wellness business, it means that I've been able to surround myself with like-minded souls. I can be really picky in those senses. But the last thing I want to say is one of the things I've been able to do is to purchase packs for my 3 adult children. I'm now up to something like an investment in total of about £58,000. And each of my children have got their own separate packs. And the wonderful thing about that is that I became a grandma a month ago, 4 weeks ago. And my eldest daughter, Ellie, she's going on to maternity leave, or she's on maternity leave, and is only on statutory maternity pay, which is £600 a month, which is a dramatic difference from her income. So it's allowing me to be able to give the pack profits from her pack for the next 9 months directly into her bank account, so that she doesn't have to suffer in the way that I did when I had my young children. And I'm sure Joanna will relate to this, and lots of mums. She's going to be able to keep up her standard of living and not worry about going and buying a pair of shoes when it's needed.
Thank you very much, Jill. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that story. It's so nice
Oops.
to see that people are able to,
Sorry.
get involved in the opportunity.
Right, well, what 3 great stories, guys. The thing I honed in on there, and I don't know whether you guys did, go back to the story, the second guy, Mike. Do you remember? He said he sponsored just 9 people. Can anyone remember how many of those were active and how many were passive? I'll tell you how many it was. 7 of them were passive and 2 of them were active. And out of those 2, he's built a team, guys, of 790 people. That's what can happen with just 2 people. If you ask me, I've said it, I'll remind you. I've got a team of 2,400. I personally sponsored 68. How many of those people do you think are responsible for 95% of my not inconsiderable income? It is just 7 people. Now, that's not to say just the 7, but what those 7 have done, just like Mike's 2, they've gone out and showed it to movers and shakers, haven't they? Who have showed it to movers and shakers. So you don't really need many people to get you where you want to get. Now, the reason we're on this call this morning is a mentoring call, and I've spoke personally to quite a lot of people on the call. The problem that we've got, we don't want to continue these calls just preaching to the converted. That's no good. That's like a minister in a church. He loves his congregation, but what he wants you to do, he wants you to bring your friends to his congregation, so he can preach to them. So what we've got, the situation that we've got 2 suits of people who can, and I've got a 5-minute video that sums it up, that come into our business. They are either passive or they are active. But if they're passive by choice, that's great. There's nothing we can do. They will get to that 100K pack, guys. We know, but it's going to take them perhaps up to 7 years. They don't take out any money. Not only wouldn't they need to speak to me, they wouldn't even need much interaction with their sponsor. They might accidentally one day say, Janet, do you know what I've done today? I've gone out and I've accidentally mentioned it to my greengrocer. And that's great. Janet will pick up the baton. but they might stay passive all their lives. The people who we want to tap into, guys, and everyone has got these people in their team, I know because I've asked you all individually, is the people who we got who are passive, but they're not sitting there passively by choice. Because they haven't been asked a magic question. Why have you joined CFX? And they're worried, oh, I can't go out and share it with people. Janet got me into the business, and you know, I'm earning my money on my packs, my trading profits, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how would I know what messages to send out. Well, we know that is the least of their trouble. So once you ask them that magic question, the why, I've been over it many times, happy to go over it again. Well, Janet, you've said your why, and it's because you and Graham want to reach financial freedom sooner rather than later. And when we say that, guys, you know, it doesn't mean sitting on $100,000 pack. Financial freedom means different to everyone. Richard might say, well, financial freedom for me, Ron, or a good way towards it would be a couple of $1,000s a week. It wouldn't get me everything I want, but it would take the pressure off of me. We know to get to $2,500 a month, that's only a $15,000, $20,000 back. People do that very, very quickly. Is that achievable in a year, 18 months? Of course it is. And when people say, oh, financial freedom, you're joking, because they think it's all to do with Learjets and private yachts. You need to go and Google it if that's what you think, because it clearly says financial freedom is the ability to pay one's reasonable living expenses. Let's break that down. That's the rent, the mortgage, food, weekends away, a few tinnies if you're in Australia, a few beers or glasses of Prosecco if you're in the UK. It means taking holidays. It means treating the kids. That's what financial freedom is. And it's not, we know it's possible because we've got Janet here, who had the pleasure of sacking her boss 2 months ago. She couldn't do it then, but she gave a warning when she had the cheek to say to Janet, can I have your holiday dates for next year? Janet said, you're joking. You're not going to get any holiday dates for me because I'm going to sack you in October. We've got Mick Worst in Australia, a long distance lorry driver. I used to speak to him 3:30 in the morning in Australia because that was the time the poor bugger got up for work. He doesn't do that any longer. Again, he was one of our team and we mentored him and he packed up his job 2 months ago. So don't ever tell me it's not possible. So what we need to do, we need to ask that question of our team and we need to get them on the call and explain it. Does that make sense? Colin, can you play the 5-minute video that sets out what I've said? So if anyone thinks, that's great, Ron, but I'm not going to remember it. We're not going to let you get out that easy. Let's,
Okay, so
I've sent Colin so many videos, he might not know what one.
the 3 options video.
No, it's the other one. It's a 5-minute one. Yeah, we know the 3 options.
John, can you have 5 minutes?
Yeah, the 5-minute one is the process.
Okay, it's not this one.
Uh,
Hang on. This one, there's 3 minutes 46.
no.
Oh, this one, 7 minutes.
Yes, the process, that's the one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name's Ron Palmer. The reason for this very short video is to set out the process that we go through, John Kinnear's process, the System for Success, which we share with either our current members or our new people coming into the business. So the first thing, guys, we ask them, because they may be passive members in your team, but they may not be passive by choice. They may only be passive because they're frightened about what they might need to do because they don't have the skill sets to speak to people or to share it. The first thing to find out that is we ask them what their why is. Why are they joining CFX? Usually it's because they want to hit that road to financial freedom, to improve their life and make sure when they retire, they don't have to retire on a meagre pension. It's normally something along those lines. So once you find that out, you don't know, but what they're tasking you with is the task to get them to financial freedom within 18 months and 2 years. And we know with a sponsor, it's just as important to pick the right sponsor as it is the right vehicle or the right company to get you there. Because with the wrong sponsor, we all know, because we've all had bad sponsors, it's almost impossible to get to where you want to be. Once you find that out, you say to them, you don't know, but we know, because we've seen the short video, Ron's video, of giving you the 3 options you have when you join CFX. We know by your why what option you're going to take. The only reason that you don't know it is because you haven't seen the video. Right? Option 1 is to be what we call the pocket money member. You're just going to earn passive money trading. You not only won't need my help, you wouldn't need the help of your sponsor. And you may stay, it's your choice, you may stay a pocket money member all your life, or you might wake up very soon and think, do you know what? I'm so grateful to the person who shares CFX with me. I'm now going to think about sharing it with people who I know enough to care about. But that's your choice. That's option 1. You will still get to that $100,000 back. However, we may be talking 7 or 8 years. Option 2 is an odd option. We don't get many people who take this option. They want to be a lone ranger. They don't see anything in this rubbish they hear about. It's teamwork that makes the dream work. They want to do it their way. There'll be no proper training and no proper skill sets. They may reach that road to financial freedom. But trust me, it's going to take them a whole lot longer. Or they do what 85% of people do. Excuse me, guys. They choose option 3. And that's the one which will get them where they want to be, financial independence in a year, 18 months. And just so you're puzzled about financial independence and the ramifications, lots of people think it means Lear jets and private yachts and eating every day in swanky restaurants, spinning around the world. It means none of those. If you actually Google it, it will tell you financial independence is nothing more than having the ability to pay one's reasonable daily living expenses without having to work. It's called a residual or a passive income. That's all it is. So we can get them there in 18 months. And do you know what? Financial independence is different to everyone. It doesn't necessarily mean the $100,000 pack, which will earn you $15,000 a pack. I spoke to 2 people earlier today, and their take on financial independence was about $2,500 a month. Now that is just a $15,000 to a $20,000 pack. Very, very achievable in a year, 15, 18 months. We're sharing it with our help. So once you've done that, we take them through the process that they would need. We explain to them, we do personal mentoring. And we do that with 3 scheduled meetings a week. I'm going to give you UK times, 11 a.m. on a Monday, 12 p.m. midday on a Friday, and for our UK people, not our Far East people, 8 o'clock on a Tuesday. Even if you're saying, make any of those slots, it doesn't matter, because we're so flexible. We will fit in. You give us a time that suits you. And as long as you're able, as long as we're able to make it without schedule, we will fit you in. That's the first thing we do. So on the mentoring calls, we show you how to build your list and how important it is not to prejudge people. We show you the importance of having your targets written down, so you know what your targets are. We tell you, if you're serious about this business, you need to commit to 5 hours a week. If you think that's a lot, we break it down and tell you it isn't. There's 168 hours in the week, and all 3 hours is 5 hours is 3% of that week, 40 minutes a day. We then break down what you need to do in that. So you will commit your targets, not ours, to either 5, 10, 15 or 20 messages or speaking to people a day. For me, even before I get out of bed, I'm so focused, I've sent out 15, 20 messages. Takes me no longer than 20 minutes. You then don't have to panic. Who do I send them to? We sort that out with you. We even compose the messages you're going to send out. You don't even have to worry what happens if they respond. What do I do? You put that down in a designated group we place you in, and me or a member of my very skilled leadership team will compose an answer. All we're doing is trying different keys to unlock, we call it the door of conversation. When we've unlocked it and you start chatting, one of my people will exactly know the time to reel them in and say, hey, I think the time is right now to get you on a Zoom call with one of our leaders. They're very transparent. They will show you their back office. They will show you their earnings. They will show you their withdrawals. They will show you various testimonials, answer all your objections. And only when you're ready, you will be in a position to be able to justify whether this business is for you or not. Yep, it's as easy as that. Thank you for listening, guys, and I will see you at the top. Thank you. Right, guys, what I want to ask now, I want Janet to go around the room. Is anyone now under any illusion what they should be doing? Has the call so far opened your eyes a bit? Because you've all got to talk to people we're talking about. Some have got most. Poor Janet has got, not poor Janet. Janet has got 97 people in her group. I know she knows some of them. Her 2 daughters, for example, her dear friend Pam Rose, who are stuck as passive members and always will be. Is Janet going to bother to ask them their why? No, of course she's not. But I know she's an honest lady. She's got many who she's going to go to. So has anyone got any questions on what's happened so far and what challenges they think they might have? Not as though I think there should be any challenges in going back and answering a simple question, because all you're trying to do is find out whether they need our help or not. Well, let's go down it. Let's go down the list. Let's start with John. John Harris, do you want to take the mic, sir?
Yeah, I'm ready. Question.
Is there anything you don't understand? We need to keep it short because we've got about 16 people to go through. So.
No, not really. I'm here to really listen to see what was happening, what's being said, what's been advised, of which I take notes on everything, and I try and do what's been suggested we should do to build our businesses. As yet, no, Ron, I haven't got a question.
No, you understand it all, John. Okay,
I believe, well, it's really straightforward what you're saying, and it should be something that everybody can understand quite easily. It's nothing tricky. A lot of it is common sense and being polite and talking to the people that you want to bring into this business,
that's
which
right.
is...
Okay, John, thank you for that. Alison, did you want to say that? Alison's a new kid on the block in our group. She's been in other groups and obviously hasn't had, like a lot of us, Alison's only got a few of her people who are building. Alison, did you want to take the mic and...
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Just when you're saying like the first message, and obviously you sent me 2 messages, the Warren Buffett one and this is my online story. So see when you had said in your message, the message that you send people once you've built up the rapport, is that the message that you're talking about we send with our link, our landing page?
Do you mean the first message we send out to people, Alison? Or the ones, there's so many different keys we've got to open the doors. The first one, because I spoke to Stephen this morning, who wanted a different take when he went back to his friend. So I sent him a message. It went something like, hello, Thimbley Bob. It's been a long time since we've caught up. I hope you're staying well and staying COVID-free. Look, say his name's Jack. Jack, you know I value your opinion. Can you do me a 10-minute favour? When Jack says, yes, of course I can, he might well say, what's that about, Stephen? Well, what I'd like you to do, Jack, I'd like you to watch a 90-minute video and an 8-minute video and tell me what you like best and what you like worst about them. He'd amen say, he's likely to say, great, send it over. Oh, no, I don't think so. Stephen's going to say, well, when would you be able to watch it? Is now convenient? Or should we reschedule another time? The reason I say that, Jack, is I want to make sure it's fresh in your mind when I call you. So if Jack says, send it over now, I can watch it. Jack, that's fantastic. I'm going to phone you in half hour. Let's find out what you like. So that is the one you'd be sending to someone who you know, but to a complete stranger, you wouldn't be sending that message. That will be something like, hello, Alison. Great to connect with like-minded people. I see. Don't worry about putting it down because I'll send it to you.
All right. Okay.
It looks like we share many mutual friends on social media, and then I have a bit of a laugh. I call them the usual suspects. He, ha, ha. Great. Take care. Janet Crosby, professional investor, crypto nut, and passive Forex trader. And then you'll get the messages back. When you get one, I've said it many times, that people only show their picture. That means they've seen your message and they haven't responded. So we need to get our tickling stick out, don't we? And we need to tickle them. So you might say, hey, you can respond. Us Scots ladies don't bite, you know. Lol, and that will make them laugh. Or I might say, hey, Alison, on a lighter note, have you made your first million yet? Or are you like me, still waiting in the queue? And once you've unlocked that door, I had the same thing this morning. I sent out 15 messages the other day, didn't get one person who looks at them, but that's never going to throw me off the scent. Anyone who knows me will tell you that. I sent out 26 this morning, and by the time of this 11 o'clock call, I'm connecting with 5 people. One of them's of a granddad's age in Belfast. What do you think the first thing I said? He said, what sort of day are you having? Perfect message. I love it when people say, what sort of day are you having? I'm having a great day, John. I'm being run ragged by my grandchildren. Because he was of an age, I took a gamble that he had grandchildren. He said, tell me, I've got a day off today. And straight away, what do you think I did? I put in a little pic of me and my 2 little adorable grandchildren. And now I'm talking with him. And what do you think I'll say next? Jack, could you do me a 10-minute favour? What, honestly, do you think Jack's going to tell me? I'll tell you what he's unlikely to tell me, guys. He's unlikely to tell me to bog off, is he? Because I've already opened that door of conversation. I found the right key. Thank you, Alison, for that.
Okay.
Willie, Frontline, South Africa, with all that lousy sunshine over there. Come on the call.
Not lousy. We actually have, I think our winter days that currently are better than your summer days.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to know that, Willie. Thank you. Right. What did you get from the call, Willie? Did it open your eyes a teeny bit more? Or did you think it was a lot of the old senseless rubbish you normally hear on these calls? I don't mind an honest answer.
I think it's a good thing to hear other people's stories and their journeys with CFX. I think you know, sometimes you get caught up in your own journey and your own things, and hearing other people's stories and their successes really motivates you in a different level because it makes you think a little bit differently.
I think so. Willie, thank you for that. Gabs, take the mic. Gabs is an English guy who lives in Melbourne by choice. Don't be shy, Gabs. You need. Oh, he's there.
Yeah, there. Hey. Hi. I've got no questions. Everything seems to, because I'll be honest, Ron, I hear it from you, almost every week.
I know you do. I know you do.
Yeah. So yeah, it's obviously I get I get to hear it. So yeah, it's nothing new, but yeah, it's great. I think the thing that I've already seen that those testimonials. I saw it last week.
Yeah, they're very
so they were
powerful, aren't they, Gabs?
good testimonials. Yeah, they were really good. From I'm trying to remember her name now.
Joanna's team.
Joanna's team. Joanna, yeah. So yeah, that's good. And her, I mean, she's really, I think she's really good in terms of.
She's spot on, isn't she? Yeah.
She's
very
very
articulate
articulate
as well, Gabs. Very
credible,
yeah.
very articulate. Yeah, no, it's really good. It looks like she's, she's definitely got a lot of integrity there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Ian, from an English guy who lives in Mallorca. Ian, did you want to take the phone and just say what you thought you got out the call this morning? Ian, you need to unmute yourself. Or are you able to unmute or Colin? I don't know. I think you are. Can you not unmute everyone, Colin?
Yeah, I've done it now.
Oh, all right. Okay, Ian, carry on.
I think we've spoken one to one on a few things, and I think one of the most powerful things that I ever learned is the importance of having created your goals, writing them down.
Yes, tell people about this. This is very important.
Yeah, you asked me to. So that, yeah.
Carry on, Ian.
I've always written my goals down, and I have a vision board as well. So I've got pictures up on my wall of my achievements. But the beauty that I was taught a couple of years back, I was very fortunate to be granted a course on the Visionary Masterminds training. And the great bit I got out of that was they taught us that not only do you have your goals written down on your vision board, but you write your goals down on a 5x4 card and you read them out loud to yourself 3 times a day. But also even better is that you record yourself reading them out loud on your smartphone, for example, so that when you're out walking or out driving and shopping, whatever, you can be listening to them. Because the important thing that I learned from that is that your subconscious mind believes your voice much stronger than that of someone else reading them out to you. So it goes straight in and very, very deep into your subconscious mind. And I found that very, very powerful.
No, that's good, Colin. I like that. Stephen Rediker, can we have you take the phone, please? Or the mic, indeed. Stephen's an American guy who lives by choice in the land of the rising sun, Japan. Carry on, Stephen.
All right. Hello, everybody. If I could take a few minutes just to talk about something, a little innovation or something we came up with. So I was on a call with Gabe and with Colin and with Steve, the landing page guy, last week to come up with ideas. Our challenge is making a landing page in Japanese for Japanese people, the challenge with that. And I'm working this together with my girlfriend. So while Colin and while the guys are on this Zoom call, exchanging ideas for an hour about what to do, my girlfriend's on her own with her laptop, creating a whole blog page for CFX with all the information that would answer questions and attract somebody. And it was basically done. We have one blog page that can be sent out to anybody who's Japanese. And the contact link, when they click a button that says contact, it's a QR code. And they scan a QR code and it takes them right into a private chat room with my girlfriend who speaks Japanese.
Wow.
So
how good is that?
Fantastic, Stephen.
you know,
That's great. That's
scanning a
fantastic.
scanning a QR code is kind of like that's the way to get information here and everywhere else in the world these days for, you know, for the
I've
younger
got to say,
crowd.
Stephen, it's a little bit above my pay grade, but I'm glad I know someone called Stephen Rediker.
I mean, is it possible, Colin, can I share my screen quickly? Do I have the ability to do that?
Yeah,
You
I
want to
made
do
you a
that, Colin, or
co-host.
do I need to do that?
Yeah, you're
All
a co-host now, Stephen. So
This,
All right, thanks, Colin.
this is translated into English, but she whipped this up in an hour's time. She linked our 2-minute My Story videos. And this is the, you know, the advisors in Japan are Colin and I.
Yeah.
And how it works, basic information. This is a video I made with her where it's her voice explaining the basic presentation. And it has a frequently asked questions. It has a little put your name and your email and, you know, contact. We can capture the information and get back to them. But if they click this contact button at the top, it just goes right to a QR code that takes them into a private chat where they can say hello, you know, like whatever, and she can talk.
Wow, very impressive.
So, and by the way, this is free. Anybody can use this service and make a free blog for themselves. So we even considered making one in English with some basic things that will lead them to the landing page as the next thing.
Yeah, no, I like the sound that I am underwhelmed, Mr. Rediker. Brilliant.
So
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. It really is.
We created that, and if anybody's interested in learning how to do that for themselves, just get back to me in private, and we'll show you how to do that.
Janet, can I ask you, is that worth a 2-finger clap or a full bone clap, Janet? What do you think?
Definitely full.
Well done. Can we get Alex on the call, please? Alex, girl. Alex, are you there? Alex from Sydney, pick up the mic. Is Alex still in the room?
we don't see an Alex on the screen.
Now, I did have 14, we've now got 13, so she might have had to go.
Willie's
All right,
just said he's got to go.
Yeah.
Ron.
Yes, sorry.
Willie's just said he's got to go. He's
All
got
right, no
another
problem.
call.
Can we give our Victoria the link? Victoria's got a massive team in Brisbane. Victoria, take that mic.
What do you want me to say, Ronald?
I don't know what I want you to say. You can say, I've heard all this old rubbish before, Ron. Why don't you just go away and let us? I don't know. Or you might say, but you know what? You tickled a few things this morning. That's what I've got to do. I've got to get back to my people who either don't know us, and I've got to find out whether they want to be passive members by choice. I don't know.
Well, there you go. You said it all. Thank you.
I must learn to keep my mouth closed. I'm sorry, Victoria.
No, great tips, Ron. Really good.
So, yeah, you're quite happy with what you heard, and it might have, might have just opened your eyes a bit more. Let's have
thank you very much.
Jenny Lanyon, the holiday girlie, on the phone. Jenny.
Hello.
How's it going at your end?
Good. I've actually had a couple of conversations.
I'm still waiting for an invite over to your neck of the woods, but you're a little bit slow on sending it over.
You're welcome anytime.
I'm sure I am.
I've had a few reach outs from a post that I made this morning. Actually, I put our June monthly interest up on Facebook, and a couple of friends contacted me direct. So I've got to the stage where I've gone backwards and forwards a couple of times, and they've watched I've sent them my landing page, and they've watched the videos, and now I've got to talk to my son or got to talk to my husband about it stage.
Right, that sounds good. Yeah.
Good. So I suppose, like, how long do you leave that? Do I leave that go for like 24 hours, or? Don't want to be too pushy, but
I wouldn't want to be leaving that for too long. Would you, Janet? How long would you leave that to fester?
Only within the same day, later in the same day or the next morning.
yeah, well, they didn't get to watch the videos till late this afternoon. So
See, I think you might be missing out on there, Jenny, which none of us tries to do. If you said to me, Ron, send over those videos now. Do you know what you heard me say earlier? Jenny,
yeah.
When do you think you'll be able to watch them? Is it convenient now or shall we reschedule? And you'll say, no, send them over.
Yeah, no,
Jenny,
they've watched them, Ron, they've watched them, but they're not confident, I suppose, in themselves to make a decision. They want to run it past another family member.
You missed out a little bit. We're not looking for a decision. What did you like best? And what was the worst thing about those videos? We're not asking for a decision.
No, I did. I have asked that question, and they haven't answered that neither.
And they watched the videos, but they weren't able to tell you what they like best about them.
No, I can see they've seen my question because their faces come up on the.
And they've bypassed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a couple of twits. Never mind. We all get people like that. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about that, is it? You just got to, as Janet said, you've got to take it at a slower pace, haven't you, Jenny?
Okay, cool. I'll reach out with them in the morning.
I think so, right? So what's the chance of you either on Friday or next Monday in bringing, is everyone in your team? I mean, just remind us how many people you've got in your team, Jenny.
I've got 9.
You've got 9. I know some of those are family members and the kids, so they're gonna be passive. How many of them have all of them? Are you aware of everyone's why in your team?
Yeah, they're looking for that passive income and to live financially free with financial freedom. Yeah.
Right. No, they can't. No.
Sorry.
Now you're giving me 2 options. They want to be passive and they want financial. What you're saying is happy to be a pocket money member. The $2.50 a day I'm getting makes me ecstatic. That's all I want. And that's okay. Or if they then say, no, I want financial freedom in 18 months, 2 years, well, they've got to be on these calls because that's the only way they're ever going to get there without help.
Yeah, I know there's definitely 3 out of that 9 that want to build, but they keep saying to me that they want their own figures behind them so they can open up their back office and show their friends themselves, not anyone else's.
That's a frustration, isn't it, Janet? Yeah. We know they don't. When I was in hospital recovering from COVID, I had 1 person in my team. And by the end of the first week, I had 6. I had no figures to show them, but I did have the figures of my sponsor. And by the second week, I had another 7, and I'd upgraded from 300 to all of this. And I understand you can't do anything about it, can you guys? If they say that, why would I want my own figures? How quickly do you want to get off that? How quickly do you want that free landing page? I can get you it yesterday if you want it, Jenny.
I look. I know. I said, well, you're welcome to look at my figures. I've got a 10K trading pack that's nearly about to upgrade to 15 with no input of my own.
Yeah, that's all they need.
Like, no, we want to have our own figures. I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, okay. No, you can't do anything about that. So you're still going on fishing trips, and you're still trying to fish for, dare I say it, 3 Ron Palmers.
Definitely.
And you haven't found one yet. That's okay. You do know they're out there, don't you? There's a Ray St. Clair somewhere swimming out there. There's probably a couple of Richard Moulds, and there's certainly a Janet Walder, but you just haven't found them yet. And there's probably another Victoria swimming around there, taking a peck at the crops, but you just haven't found it. Yep. No, that's fine. Who should we bring on now? Shall we? Richard's a new guy on the block. He's been listening very intently. Richard, have you picked up anything from this call? Do you have any questions you need answering?
So, yeah, good evening from Japan. And
good evening, Richard.
Good evening. And I don't have many questions. I mean, I'm still in the school in the teachers' room, so actually I can't
Oh, right, I'm
actually
sorry, I didn't know that.
vocalize a lot. But I enjoyed the testimonials, and I'm sorry, is it Mike who said, you know, that he I think
Yes,
you
was
said
Mike,
it was
yeah.
9 people, 7 were passive, 2 active, and then he'd got a huge
Correct.
group from those. So that was kind of
Correct.
quite a powerful testimonial to share. And yeah, also person talking about the vision boards. Sorry, I don't remember his name right now. But
His
vision
name's Ian.
boards.
Ian from Mallorca. Yeah, I think that's very
and
powerful.
writing down goals. I think that's all important.
I think it is, Richard. I think it
So
is.
yeah. So and yeah, the landing page Japanese. Very useful call. Thank you. Thank you.
Brilliant. Pleasure. So,
that's it.
Jenny, if you pick up on what Richard said there, if I were you, I'd be sending those 2 people that one that Colin showed of Joanna's testimonials, because they're great testimonials. And you can say, can't you? Do you know what I did when I first joined up and I didn't have any figures of my own? I just showed people those testimonials. That might make them, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Is that a good idea, Jenny? Is that a good idea, Jenny?
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
idea. Yep.
Jill Fraser, another frustrated member in Canada who can't do anything in Canada, but Jill knows that there's a whole world outside Canada and America. Jill, good morning. A very early good morning.
Yeah, no, I'm at work, but I just, I find all of these sessions, I pick and choose certain invaluable tidbits, if you will. And
Thank you.
what
We
they
call them,
do
we
help
call them
me-
golden nuggets.
Well, that and it also encourages, because unfortunately for me, the hardest hurdle to get over is to promote and feel like I'm not telling people the truth. So the testimonials are extremely important, as is the interaction of people that I see, because it helps reinforce that. And when I watched the month end just recently, it was an incredible reinforcement, even though I haven't managed to find a team yet, but I'm working on it. And then it's just, you know, just one of
That's
those
great,
things.
Alison. Can I just come in there? Alison has made a great point. She's hitting the ground running in this group. She's not afraid to speak her mind. She says a goal that is not written down is just a wish. How true is that, guys? Isn't that true? Alison, thank you for that little nugget there. And thank you for your few words. Simon McMillan, another South African living in the sunshine. Simon.
Yeah, I've got
Give us
4 possible.
give us a few words of wisdom.
I have 4 possibles for tomorrow. It's more question than a pearl of wisdom here. Do I text message these guys as a reminder, or should I phone them?
You've got 4 guys coming on what, Simon? Can you expand on that?
They've intimated that they will be on the call tomorrow.
Oh, you mean our opportunity call?
Yes.
Great.
But
We're gonna leave them in scary Janet's hands. They will be like putty in Janet's hands.
My question is this: do I remind them via SMS text, or should I phone them?
Janet, over to you.
How have you dealt with it so far, Simon?
Well, two of the guys I've met face to face in a very fortunate situation yesterday. I was asked to come to a wine tasting.
Oh, what a shame.
No, it was brilliant because South Africa is in lockdown at the moment and no liquor stores are open. So
Wow.
I did the president a disfavor and I had quite a bit yesterday. So the 2 of the guys that were there and I was doing a wine tasting with was a one-on-one with these guys. And the one is already in Cashfx, and he said he had a similar situation to me where I had a useless bugger that wasn't helping me with anything. So I said to him, why don't you come across and come underneath my wife with your wife, and we can make that your main account, let the other one run out, just like I did with
Yes.
mine, Janet. So he said, that's wonderful.
Great idea.
So I'm sure he'll be on the call tomorrow. And then I've got a doctor who's head of a hospital. And he was the guy that was doing the wine tasting because he wants to customize his wine with his own brand and send it to Nigeria. This is where he's from originally.
Right.
So hopefully I will get the doctor on as well. The other two have been through fishing escapades through Facebook. One went to a school very close to where I went to junior school. And the other guy just said he's interested. So I'm just touching base through the fishing process.
Wow, well done, Simon.
So in
we'll wait
answer
and
to
see.
so in answer to your question, Simon, the ones you have physically met face to face, I would telephone because you're on that level. And the
Right.
other two that you are doing via text, I would carry on that level with them.
Alrighty, thank you.
Okay, do you agree, Ron?
Yeah, I do agree 100%, headmistress. Thank you very much. Colin, can you pick out someone else who we haven't asked say a few words? Because I can't seem to go. I'm not very techie and I can't get to all my people who are on the call. Can you pick out someone who we haven't asked yet?
No, it's Colin himself.
That's everyone.
Yes,
Maybe-
Colin himself. Come on, Colin. Say a few
Maybe
words.
Ian. Has Ian spoken?
Yes, Ian
Yeah.
spoken. We've had
okay.
Ian on.
Yeah, so in terms of prospecting, I've tried to systemize who I talk to because you sort of lose track if you try to do it all in your head.
Yeah,
So
'cause
I
you-
made up an Excel sheet and I've color coded it. So I've got red on the left, blue on the right, so hot and cold. So people who are in and paid up are red, and then the warms are orange, and interested is yellow, and showing some resistance is greens. And I just
very good.
so I move them around depending on where we are in the conversation.
Yeah.
And if they say no, thank you, I just put them in the blue box, but they're still there on the list. You know, I can come back to them later. And it just helps me to get my head around who,
That's
who I
right.
need to
I
talk
actually
to.
call it a similar thing, Colin, just to expand it. I call it a no for now list. If Jenny says, no, thanks, Ron, Jenny, that's absolutely great. Look, what I'd like to do, Jenny, I don't want to be a pest. Can I just inbox you every couple of months and tell you where I am? It's most unlikely that Jenny's going to say, no, you can't. Stop pestering. Jenny's going to say, okay. So Jenny will go in Colin's box here. What did you say, a blue box or an orange box? Jenny will go in my not for now list. She's not a no, is she? She's a not for now. And that's what we do, because we don't want any of them to slip through the gaps, do we? Can I just in closing say, don't forget, everyone, especially for new people, Alison's on it straight away because I told her when we're in the group for a reason. Being a Lone Ranger, you're no help to anyone. When you bring nothing to the table, not you people, but every now and again. The last time we had 260 people in our Facebook group. I went on a culling operation and I threw out 60 people. You never hear them in the group. They're never there. They never even take a look. Do not be afraid to put a message. Janet and I and the leadership team don't need our egos massaged because we don't have an ego. But how nice would it be to go onto Facebook and say, do you know what? Don't mention me. It's not me. It's about the team. I was on our mentoring call this morning and I learned a few more things. If you've got people in your group who are passive and perhaps not passive by choice, you need to get them on one of these calls. Those things, they motivate other people. Yeah, Jenny's got a good point. Or, yeah, I like what Simon said. I'm going to get them on that call. Unless anyone's got any questions, it's been an hour. I think we ought to wrap it up. But certainly if anyone's got anything to say, feel free to grab the mic.
Simon. No, okay.
Janet, did you want to say anything in closing?
Well, I think we've covered it all. I was going to say what you ended with the not for now. I've got several people, a whole list of people that I'm going to every few months, letting them know how the business is going. That's all you can do is until they physically block you or tell you to disappear, then just keep on. You never know when they're going to come round.
And just so you know, guys, when I put my message in Facebook, showing what I learned passively last week, I hope you didn't think I put in there to brag or rub people's nose in it. That wasn't the reason. I didn't do it to impress people. I think I mentioned it. I put it in there to impress upon people what can happen in a very short space of time. And I hope you took it in the same manner. I put it in there to inspire you. And I'll tell you what, I still keep pinching myself every day. And I said to Janet, it's the silly things. Janet said her husband came home the other day and the exhaust had gone on the car. She said, if I hadn't have been in CFX, I'd have had the money to do that exhaust, but I would have had to have thought and bought it out of my savings. Today, we've been looking for our balcony, some lovely corner units of rattan furniture. It's about 620 quid brand new, 500 quid on special offer. We had a look in Facebook Marketplace and found out one of our neighbours has got exactly the same set to sell for 200 quid. Not a lot of money, but I didn't have to think twice about getting it, and we're picking it up later. And when you think where I was, guys, I've said it many times, 18 months ago, where I had 300 quid more going out a month than it coming in. I'm not a millionaire, but compared to what I was, all my debts are gone. I've got something we like to call rainy day money, and I feel quite sad to have to tell you I've had to wait till my 76th year to get in that position. But we all know it's a great position to be in. And when I get to the top, which won't be very long, it's lonely at the top, and it's no good unless I can't drag all you people along with me. On that point, I'm going to say thank you, everyone, for the great turnout today. And if you've got any new people, tomorrow's call, isn't a mentoring call. It is our opportunity call. Have a great day, everyone, whether your day's starting or just coming to an end. And we'll see you all soon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ron.
Okay, guys.
Ron.
All the best.
Thanks, Ron.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Bye, John. Bye, Stephen.
Bye. Thank you. See you.